Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this Pokéball keychain. It is very simple. The only thing you have to sew on is this little white patch right here. I think this is great for people who are a fan of the Pokemon fandom. And if you are a fan of Pokemon, then I think it will definitely be a conversation starter for those who crochet and are a fan. Let's get started. For this tutorial, you are going to need a 3.75 millimeter hook. You're going to need some scissors, some weight for red, white, and black yarn. You're going to need some stuffing, also some keychains, and a tapestry needle. Let's get started. For this tutorial, we are going to take our red yarn and make a magic circle. If you don't know how to make a magic circle, I have a separate tutorial on my channel to help you out with that. So you twist the yarn, pull it through, and with that magic circle, we are going to make 6 single crochets. You don't have to use a magic circle to start this off. You can also use the chain 2 method, but my favorite method is the magic circle. 2, 3, 4, and 6. Once you are done with that, you can go ahead and pull your yarn tight. Grab your stitch marker or a bobby pin if you have it, and put it through the last stitch that you did right here. Now we can move on to round 2. For round 2, we're going to go into the first stitch that we did, this one right here. We're going to wedge our hook underneath it and do a single crochet. Then we're going to do a single crochet again in the same stitch. And this is what we're going to do all the way around. Just single crochet all the way around, increase all the way around until you have 12. That is simply what we're going to do. Once you are done with round 2, you can move your stitch marker up and we can go on to round 3. For round 3, we are going to go into the next stitch, do 1 single crochet, and in the stitch after that, do 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochets in the next stitch. We're going to do this over and over again until we have 18 stitches. Once we are done with row 3, we can move on to row 4. For row 4, into the next 2 stitches, we are going to do 1 single crochet into the 3rd stitch. After that, we are going to do 2 single crochets into that same stitch. So we are going to do 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, increase. Whoop. And just repeat that all the way around until you should have 24 stitches. Once you are done with round 4 and you have 24 stitches, we can move on to round 5. Into the next 3 stitches, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and into the 4th stitch, we are going to do an increase. 3 single crochets, 2, 3, and an increase. We are going to repeat this all the way around until we should have 30 stitches. Once you are done with round 5 and you have 30 stitches, we're going to move on to round 6, and round 6 is just a single straight crochet round. No increases, no decreases, we're just single crocheting all the way around. I will meet you back at the end. Once you are done with round 6, pause before your last stitch. Take your stitch marker out. Go into that last stitch and pull up your loop, but don't go through the 2 loops. Just hold them on your hook. Grab your black yarn like that. Put it onto your hook and pull through those 2 loops. That is how you do a color change. Single crochet in the next few stitches. Just do 4 single crochets. Pause and cut your red yarn. Then it is wise to tie those 2 pieces together to ensure that they won't slip out. Pop your stitch marker back in at the red stitch, that one, and then we're ready to single crochet into the rest of the round. For round 7, it is going to be just like round 6, where we don't really increase, we don't decrease, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. I will meet you back there. Once again, at the end of row 7, you're going to pause and take your stitch marker out. Insert your black into the last stitch and don't pull through again. Grab your white, put it on your hook and pull through those 2. Again, make sure to do just a couple stitches to secure the white before you end up tying them. Cut your yarn, cut the black yarn, and you can tie the 2 pieces together. Just like that. For row 8, it is going to be the same thing. We just single crochet all the way around, having a total of 30 stitches, just like row 6 and 7. And I'll meet you back at the end of row 8. Once you are done with round 8, you can see that you are your project is beginning to look like a Pokéball. So for round 8, we are going to do a decrease round. We're going to go into the first 3 stitches. And we're going to do an invisible decrease. To do an invisible decrease, go underneath the first stitch, go underneath the second stitch, grab the yarn, pull through those both stitches, and pull through. Do 3 more regular single crochets, go underneath the front loop, I don't know if I said that, go underneath the front loop of the next stitch, front loop of the stitch after that, pull through both of those, pull through 2. We're going to repeat this process all the way around. I'll explain it to you one more time. Go underneath the front loop, go underneath the front loop, pull through those loops, pull through 2. I will meet you back at the end of round 9. For round 10, we are going to single crochet 1 into the next 2 stitches and then do an invisible decrease into the 3rd and 4th stitch. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches, decrease into the 3rd and 4th. We are going to repeat this all the way around until we have 18 stitches. After you are done with round 10, we can move on to round 11, where we're going to single crochet into the next stitch and do an invisible decrease right after. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease. After this, we're going to have 12 single crochets. I'll meet you back at the end. After round 11, I find it the optimal time to try stuffing your Pokéball. Just get all the stuffing in there. If it looks a little bit lumpy, that just means you need more stuffing. Also, you don't necessarily have to use stuffing to stuff an amigurumi. You can use yarn scraps. I'm just using stuffing right now because it looks nicer on camera. It does. But once you think that your Pokéball is stuffed enough and you think that it would look good, yep, you're going to start closing it off, and we're going to do the last round, round 12, where we're going to decrease in every single stitch around, and we will come out to 6 stitches. The reason we can't skip the last round is because we want the Pokéball to be even, which means that we can't just stop at round 12 and close it off. We're gonna have to actually make sure we have 6 stitches because that's what we had at the top. Once you are done with round 12, we are going to close it off. Grab your tapestry needle, thread it on. We're going to close it off by going outward into the next stitch, inward out to the next stitch, outward in, inward out, outward in, inward out. Make sure these are all in the front loop too also, and that should close it up. And then you can stuff it back through the middle and kind of weave in that tail end. Then you should have the ball portion of the Pokéball done. Just clip that tail off, kind of stuff it in if you need to, and we're done. For the button portion of the Pokéball, that's what we're going to do next. For the button portion, we're going to do another magic ring, just like that, and we're going to single crochet 6 into this magic ring. Just 1, boop, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and shut that closed. You can put a stitch marker in if you want, but I'm not going to because I know what I'm doing, I guess I know what I'm doing. And for round 2, we're going to go into the next stitch and we're going to increase all the way around. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then actually before you finish the last stitch, kind of take it out, go back in, make sure you have 2 loops, and then you're going to grab your black yarn again, get that thread off, and pull it through. Go into the next stitch, and we're just going to single crochet all the way around. No increases, no decreases. Just single crochet. You can cut the white yarn. Trying to make sure everything's short so that I can stuff there. And then just resume. Single crocheting. Oh, I put that in weird. Single crocheting all the way around. Just like that. When you get to the last stitch, kind of slip stitch to the next one. Cut a long tail for sewing. My scissors are so dull, I need to sharpen them. And then just pull out. Now you have your little button. Now that we're done with the little button, we can put our needle onto the thread and be sure to sew it on. If you want to sew it on over the color change, you can. I like to sew it on during the front because I think it would look uneven if I were to do the color change, but you can do whatever you want. Once you are done with your Pokéball, you can sew a keychain onto it, or you can leave it just like this so that you can catch the Pokemon.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm catching Pokemon. Stuff like that. But I'm going to sew on a keychain. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab the color that you used for the top yarn. Get a big piece of that. Put it on your needle and grab a keychain. Let me grab mine. And then you're going to go in through one of the holes, just like that. Thread it onto the keychain and then just kind of work it. I like to do this maybe about 3 times. I usually do it 2, but it doesn't hold quite as well if you do 2. Kind of grab another stitch, go in through, and then just keep doing that over and over again until you have your Pokéball keychain. And that is it. Your Pokéball keychain is done. You can sell this if you want to, or you can just have it. I think it's going to do really well at sales, but you can leave a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. That would be great. But thank you so much for watching. It helps out so much. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.